Like there's a long list of liberal celebrities who swear they'll go if a Republican is elected, and no one ever does. Miley Cyrus once said, "I am moving if Trump is my president. I don't say things I don't mean." Here she is looking miserable, having to endure America at the Grammys last Sunday. I guess she flew back from Tajikistan. In 2016, Eddie Griffin said, "If Trump wins, I'm moving to Africa." Apparently very slowly, because in Trump's 4 years, he only got as far as Van Nuys. George Lopez once said that if Trump won, he won't have to worry about immigration. We'll all go back. George Lopez still here. In Russia, just referring to the war in Ukraine as a war can get you 15 years in the fabulous prisons made famous by some of the world's most famous novels. You think America's evil because we didn't nominate Margot Robbie for an Oscar? Just wait till you get thrown out the window of your very own dream house.
Bill Maher is calling out woke celebrities, and it's hilarious. The comedian and talk show host is slamming our fickle stars for shoving certain ideals down our throats while staying far removed from the fallout. It's been a while since Maher roasted Hollywood, so this one's bound to be good.
Confused by this political message. Vote for me because I hate it here. Now, does America have big problems? Yes, I've often cited the America sucks list. Things like being 54th in the world in infant mortality behind Cuba, 19th in literacy behind Russia, 72nd in female representation in government behind Iraq. A lot of work to do here. And is it possible for a country to lose itself so much that leaving it is justified? Yes, but we're not there yet, not by a long shot. And we don't need quitters. We need people who will stay and fix it.
Bill Maher opened the segment with a sharp reminder to America's celebrities and woke politicians. They have no business lecturing the rest of us on how to fix the country when they aren't willing to put in the actual work. According to MR, it's easy to sit in luxury homes insulated from real problems and issue lofty demands about what needs to change. But talk is cheap. If you're not rolling up your sleeves, paying the price, or making sacrifices, then you're just another voice adding to the noise. Maher stressed that America is still a great country. Flawed, yes, but resilient. And if we wanted to keep improving, the answer isn't endless whining, finger-pointing, or performative activism. What the nation needs is action. Citizens willing to get involved, solve problems, and take responsibility instead of waiting for someone else to do the heavy lifting.
Maybe the problem isn't that America isn't worth defending. Maybe the problem is that lots of people today are entitled whiners who have no perspective and no idea how good they have it. "59% of self-identified liberals say there have been times when they considered leaving America for good, like after NBC canceled The West."
This might sound like an exaggeration, but it's very real. Over the years, countless Americans have loudly declared their intention to pack up and leave the country over the flimsiest of reasons. One of the most popular excuses came when Donald Trump was elected president. Suddenly, celebrities and everyday people alike were announcing they'd moved to Canada, as if that was some bold act of protest. Of course, very few ever followed through. It doesn't stop there. Some have threatened to leave simply because the nation refused to embrace certain trendy philosophies, ideas that often fly in the face of basic common sense. Instead of rolling up their sleeves and helping to improve the country they call home, they fantasize about running away. Maher's point is simple. Real patriotism isn't about threats or theatrics. It's about sticking around, facing challenges head-on, and working to make America stronger.
Get it. You want so badly for every immigrant to come to this country and experience the good life, but somehow it's so terrible you want to leave? And I see conservatives in Texas are talking secession again. They have 2 bumper stickers in that state. America, love it or leave it, and we're leaving it.
Exactly. Celebrities and politicians love to send out mixed signals that end up confusing their loyal followers. On one hand, they preach about how America should open its doors wider, inviting more and more people to come in, promising that this country is the land of opportunity. Yet, in the very next breath, they're the first to announce how ashamed they are of America and how they can't wait to leave if things don't go their way. Think about the contradiction. If America is so terrible, why encourage others to come here? And if it's truly the land of freedom and opportunity, why threaten to abandon it every election cycle? This isn't passion or principle. It's hypocrisy in its purest form. Maher nailed it when he pointed out that this kind of doublespeak only exposes how shallow and self-serving their so-called activism really is.
Like there's a long list of liberal celebrities who swear they'll go if a Republican is elected, and no one ever does. Miley Cyrus once said, "I am moving if Trump is my president. I don't say things I don't mean." Here she is looking miserable, having to endure America at the Grammys last Sunday.
Well, here's the funny part. Despite all their dramatic threats, most of these celebrities are still right here in America, living comfortably and enjoying the very freedoms they claim to despise. Because deep down, they know there's nowhere better. No country offers them the same platform, opportunities, or luxuries that America does. So, you have to wonder, why make those grand declarations about leaving if Trump ever won? The answer is simple. It was never about genuine conviction. It was about optics, virtue signaling, and riding the wave of outrage culture. These over-the-top theatrics make them look brave to their fans. But when the cameras turn off, they stay put, basking in the wealth and fame that only America could give them. Maher cut straight through that nonsense, exposing the bluff. It's not courage, it's theater, and the only thing they are really committed to is their own image.
I guess she flew back from Tajikistan. In 2016, Eddie Griffin said, "If Trump wins, I'm moving to Africa." Apparently very slowly, because in Trump's 4 years, he only got as far as Van Nuys. George Lopez once said that if Trump won, he won't have to worry about immigration. We'll all go back. George Lopez still here.
This is exactly why I can't bring myself to take celebrities seriously when they lecture the rest of us about politics or morality. Their reality is nothing like ours. They are shielded by the millions they've made, living in gated mansions, flying private jets, and knowing full well they can build a castle in any corner of the world if life here ever gets uncomfortable. Meanwhile, regular Americans are stuck dealing with real problems. Mortgages that keep us up at night, rent that eats away at paychecks, and the daily struggle to put meals on the table. That's the stark difference. For us, politics isn't a stage for virtue signaling. It's survival. That's why we'd rather listen to political leaders who actually wrestle with policies that touch our lives directly rather than celebrities whose version of struggle is deciding which luxury resort to vacation in. Their lectures just don't carry weight.
TikToks telling Americans things like,
Fucked. I think the new American dream is to leave.
I'm 18 years old and I escaped America.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to escape America. That wall we're always debating isn't to keep you in.
Now, this is where it really gets funny. Some of these so-called social justice warriors act as if America is no different from North Korea, as though people here are trapped with no right to leave. The irony is almost too much to handle. Because here's the reality. Nobody is fighting to immigrate to North Korea, and certainly not to build a life, raise a family, or pursue their dreams there. Quite the opposite. North Korea is a prison state where freedom doesn't exist and its own citizens risk their lives just to escape. Meanwhile, the United States, the very country these activists love to bash, remains the #1 destination for people all over the world. Why? Because America, despite its flaws, offers opportunity, safety, and freedom like no way else. Ma's point lands perfectly. If America is so awful, why is the entire world still trying to get in, not out?
Public just ran a story about the vulnerable minorities who want to flee America, including the author, a gay man trapped in the dystopian homophobic hellscape that is New York City. I wonder if he knows that there are 66 countries where just being gay is a crime. Cute story in the news last month. Burundi's president called on his citizens to stone gay people, and not in the good way. Wow, suddenly the don't say gay law doesn't sound all that bad.